Hey, and welcome to IMO, In My Opinion, with J&M. Jonathan, what's going on, buddy?
I love Scientology.
What?
No.
That was out of left field.
That's a joke. For anybody who was watching Facebook Live, they would know what I'm talking about. But you know what? You always give me shit for watching like TikTok videos, right?
Yes.
I'm always on TikTok.
Because you get your most important
Where do you get gems like this? I watched the video before I got over here. It was a Samoan lady who I think she was like a politician or something, and she's in a Zoom call on the computer or whatever, Zoom meeting, and her kid walks in through the door, and he whips out from behind his back her dildo. And he knows what it is because he's pointing at it. And the sad thing is, it wasn't a vibrator because you can like maybe it could have been anything, right? If it's a vibrator.
Sure.
No, this thing had everything. It had the clit
ticklers
and the nutsack. So there's no denying what it is. And you can see her. Oh, she's so embarrassed. That's a
pretty
gem.
bad.
That's great.
That's pretty bad.
Well, for her, not for me. It made me laugh. Made my day.
But you're easily amused.
I guess. Yeah.
You're kind of like who's that character from Family Guy that they don't like? He's like an actor. And he gets entertained by like a piece of candy. He's like, ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Something West. No, never mind.
Adam
Whatever.
West?
Not Adam West. Adam West is the guy who plays the mayor, but never mind.
There's
Anyways.
two West.
Anyways, we have another guest today. Luis.
What up?
What's going on, brother?
How's it going?
Doing all right. Introduce yourself, what you do, why you're here,
All right.
all that good stuff.
All right. My name's Luis Rivera Jr. I'm a Chicago creative, local Chicago creative. I got 5 kids, 4 with their feet on the ground, expecting the 5th one.
He's got that starting point guard in the oven.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Jesus. One
One of them's gonna be a millionaire. They're gonna carry me home.
That's, you know what? Hey, I've heard that before, right? They try to say you have as many kids as you can, so maybe you increase your chances
Better
of having
the
that one
odds.
Hollywood baby.
There you go.
Yeah, you never
There you
know,
go.
John. You planning on having more kids, John? How many kids you got?
No,
you got 3.
I got 3.
That's it? No more?
I don't know how you could have 5.
Yo,
That's crazy.
I don't know how I could have 5.
Yeah.
5
I mean, you
of
get more in
anything
taxes. Well, don't they cut it off now?
after 3.
After 3.
Yeah, that was a good starting point, a stopping point for me, but I didn't.
Oh yeah, they do have like a cutoff.
Cutoff, right?
Yeah,
you could only have
3
3 or
is
whatever.
the cutoff.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow, 5 kids.
Yep.
That's amazing. I will give you credit. That's
thank you.
fucking amazing. So you're creative,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you have your own podcast that you do over there.
I have my own
right?
podcast.
Let's talk about that. Why podcast? Why do you like that?
I've been listening to podcasts for the past few years, but I got really intrigued in starting one with Raul Colon. Shout out Raul Colon. He's
a cinematographer, isn't he?
Yeah.
I just saw
Chicago.
something he posted recently. Yeah.
It's my guy.
You don't know who he is.
Award-winning director, man. Check him out. YouTube him. He's great. But yeah, he had a podcast out, and one of the episodes he has called The Vulture was detailing an experience that I had on set with said individual. So I was listening to it, and I was really intrigued. I love the way he spoke about the event and how he talked about it. And I started backlogging and checking out his back category, and I loved his insight. So I was like, yo, this is pretty interesting. You know, I want to talk to actors. I want to learn about their story. I want to talk to Raul. So that started on the journey on Create an Indie Center podcast.
That's cool, man. I've seen a couple of your episodes. I mean, you definitely have a different flow than ours. Ours is really like free balling. Like you just come here and just let shit go. But yours is really interesting because you really get in depth on, you know, what the person's done in their career and all that, which I think is freaking awesome.
Well, yeah.
know?
I mean, you have to show respect to the guests and do your research. I mean,
Absolutely.
You know, if you're sitting down with somebody and you're asking them blanket questions, what's your follow-up? What do you know about them? Do you know their history? Do you know?
Are you trying to say we don't research our guests?
I don't know. I gotta ask SWAT. Man.
I'm kidding. So what? I seen you act before too, right?
I wrote my own short film. Silence is about child sexual abuse. I had a supporting role in Think Before You Shoot. It's a web series detailing the repercussions and consequences of gun violence. So
okay, cool. What else? I mean, so you were in a short. You had your own short. You were part of another project. What else have you done?
I've recently done Black in January with Vault 309 and Star Power Film Company out in Peoria.
When is that coming out? I've seen a lot of
That
advertisement for that. I've never seen it pop up.
Where they're working diligently on getting theater for it. So
okay, cool. So what do you want to do going forward? Like, what's your ideal?
So my whole thing with Indie Center and Indie Center podcast. So the podcast is just a branch from the Indie Center platform, which is a multimedia networking company for independent creatives. So that way they could connect and network with each other. The whole idea is you go on a website, check out a film you like, go to the cast and crew. You could click on their name and effectively go to their profile. And on that profile, you could check out their resume, demo reel, biography, and you could actually inbox them from there. So my goal for Indie Center is for it to grow into its own facility where we could produce our own projects independently, because Latinos, we don't have roles.
Yeah, so we just play gangbangers and all that good stuff. Yeah, drug dealers.
Not me.
Well, you don't look Hispanic.
Yeah, dude, you look like you were born in Spain.
Yeah. I haven't gotten that one a lot.
In
but
Spain?
Polish,
Yeah. Spain
Ukraine,
people, like they're really, really white, but really Spanish.
Okay, I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah, they're all blonde.
That makes sense.
Blue eyes.
I can see it, John.
Can you see it?
I can see it.
You look like a buff Leonardo DiCaprio.
I'll take it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he had asked you before the show, how's your since we're gonna talk every time we do a podcast about the update on Jonathan's COVID vaccination. Dun, dun, dun. What's your update?
Well, it hasn't been done yet. I think I'm gonna opt for the testing once a week.
Really?
Yeah.
That might become a pain in the ass.
Oh, it will.
But do you get paid? You get paid if you test positive, right? For 2 weeks or whatever, like your time off. They pay you.
I did.
Right? They don't do it no more.
I don't know.
Is it only used once?
Could be.
Because that might be a good thing for you if you're testing. Because if you test positive, you get 2 free weeks
it's
off.
It's a recurring thing now, right? Obviously, it's not going away. So, I mean, I don't know.
See, you can't fucking complain, bro. Because
listen, a lot
of people test and then they send them home for 2 weeks without pay.
That's true.
So go fuck yourself. Because you got paid.
You're so fucking privileged and white.
Seriously, yeah. You got that white privilege card, bro.
Yeah, no.
God, you're disturbing. So back to your podcast. So
yeah,
you told us why you wanted to start it. And like, how do you do it? What's your process? Let's go into that. I like the technical aspect of it.
So the process for any podcast episode is once I found a subject, I kind of do a deep dive in their, history. Look at their YouTube, look at their interviews, look at any interviews or podcast episodes they have out. Check out their projects, see what projects they're out lately, and then see if I find, a pattern or, try to see their journey.
And on the technical side, what do you do?
I record, edit, and stream everything off of an iPad.
That's freaking cool.
Yeah.
So what software do you use?
So I use.
How did you figure it out?
Man, bro, quarantine. You have to be really creative. I felt like I was in jail and I couldn't leave.
That's how it all. I feel like that's a common story.
Yeah,
I feel like a lot of people did this shit.
Yeah, Yeah, but actually it started before quarantine. But once I was inside, I was like, you know what? Cool. I've been doing this shit DIY the whole time. So I basically use an app called Video Leap, and from there I record and edit my videos. It's a long process. It takes usually around 2 weeks for an episode.
Really?
Yeah, because I mean, you see, if you look at the recent videos like Jay Davis or Chantelly Johnson, there's little snippets of their work, their videos. It's all within that video, giving you visual context for what they're saying.
Okay, so you don't put the whole thing. You're cutting and going, right? So like you're grabbing certain sections of the interview that you have.
It's a continuous interview, but within that interview, you have slits and cuts of their past work within that.
Oh, okay, no, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
He's legit. We're not. We're
sure. I mean, I wish. Listen, John. Maybe if I had a little bit of fucking help.
Why does everything got to be so divisive?
Man, maybe if I had a little bit of help with the production side, would be great.
Drove over here.
Yeah,
you didn't pick me up.
Great, thank you. I appreciate it. I mean, if you even opened up your wallet a little sometimes, maybe it'd be nice too.
Oh, come on.
You don't even do the fake pump? You don't even try it?
The what?
The fake pump, where you're like, you pretend that you're going to pay, but you really don't. Stays in the back pocket.
Sometimes. No, I've paid a decent amount for this equipment. I'm just saying.
What would be the percentage of that? 70-30?
50-50.
No,
Yes.
get out of here. Don't you still owe me for that chair you're sitting on?
It was like $20.
Hey, fuck, that's $20.
That same night I paid for your food. It was like $20.
No,
You ate $20 worth
you're
of food?
full of crap. You're comparing my bill to your bill. You eat like 20 pounds of fucking food.
That is true.
All right, then. No, this dude eats like a fucking animal. He's a beast. He's a fucking beast. But back to the concept, and this is why I said, a lot of us probably started with this COVID thing, because that's kind of where it kind of started here too. So like, I started it because, one, I was bored, and two, I was starting to get into the acting thing, right? And I had an issue with nerves. Cameras made me nervous.
Yeah.
So what better way to get comfortable in front of a camera than have a couple of them staring at you for an hour a day, So do that, get comfortable, and then you kind of forget that they're there, and you just keep going and going and going. And
how
eventually,
how long did that take you until you got comfortable?
I got comfortable kind of quickly. I would say after the first like 5 episodes, I was pretty good with it. I'd say he probably took a little longer than I did.
I was fine at first when you couldn't see our faces.
Oh,
and then once
we
the
went
cameras
live.
got involved, I was like, oh shit.
Once we went in Bebo,
I got
all of a sudden,
stage fright.
Yo, you act? Do you act?
No,
Why?
because I don't know.
Because why the fuck podcast and not acting?
I don't understand. He doesn't. I tell him this all the
The
time. I'm
camera's
like,
right
you're
there,
doing
the
the
light's right
same
there.
fucking shit.
Just read the fucking words.
That might be
I have
that
trouble.
might be the problem.
He
Reading?
says I sound robotic.
He has
Yeah.
he's not a good I have him read sides with me sometimes because I need somebody. It's a little
It's
Better
better
off
than what he
asking
makes it
Siri.
out to be.
oh no.
Have you
I'm
gotten
giving you
all-
credit
you've
actually right now.
You've gotten a gig with my audition, right?
I did actually.
Okay.
But I think it was more because
okay.
I will say I enjoy having you on auditions because you and we do think and come up with shit while we're doing it, which I think is why I got that gig in the first place. It wasn't so much of the fact that I said the lines because it was only a couple lines, but the fact that we did a beginning, a before and after, whatever,
Brainstormed,
we came up with this concept, and I think I stood out, because of it, and I thank you for that.
That's
buddy.
dope. What was the concept?
So it was the AAA guy thing that I did. So basically, the lines were pretty stupid and simple. It was just like, what was it? It was like, oh, you ran out of gas. You should really pay attention to these things, especially at your age. That's basically the line that I had. So like we filled it in with a bunch of shit in the end and the beginning, because I was taught right in my acting classes, like, or it's more for commercial. Like they would teach us for commercials. You have to say what they want you to say, right? You can change a little bit, but you kind of have to stay in the middle. You have to kind of stay on point. But the beginning, the moment before, and the moment after, that's your fucking time to fucking shine. You could do whatever you want because obviously it has to kind of coincide with whatever, but you could do whatever the fuck you want to do. You want to pick your nose, whatever the fuck. So now recently I've been trying to incorporate that in my auditions a lot. Like if I got a moment to be funny or be goofy or add something, I'm going to add it.
That's dope.
So like I added the whole like, trying to joke with him prior, like what the fuck happened? Did you run out of gas? Like, come on, bro. Like seriously, like does the meter on your fucking dash work? Like kind of one of those things.
Yeah.
Then I jumped into the line and then afterwards we added, what did we add? You were like,
Don't remember.
like you got to pay attention to these things. And he was like, yeah, you don't got to report this. Like he was reading that line. And I was like, nah, man.
I don't have to.
I don't have to, but I'm gonna, or whatever. Like we added stupid
that's
shit,
dope.
And it's just like, it just adds a little bit of flavor because
You
it
have to
just
think
makes you
outside the
stand out.
box.
It just makes you stand out a little, because how many people are going to read the fucking line verbatim? 90% of
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah.
Right. So how do you stand out? If 90% are going to read the same lines, it's going to get stale for them. That's why I think with Swamp, when he was here, I had told him, I'm like, because he was debating with me over, do you think it's a negative or a positive for you to kind of twist the words around a little bit?
It's a positive because you're adding your flavor. I mean, you're the artist, right?
I can see where it could be a negative though. I'm not saying he's not wrong.
Okay.
I can see where a casting director would say, like, who the fuck does this guy think he is? He can't rewrite my script. What the fuck? Like, I get where he would say that. But I also look at it like, okay, let's say you're the last person there and they've been seeing the same shit and they're like, oh, what the fuck, another one. And then he says something a little different. Like, oh, okay. He says something different. Let's give him another shot. Give him something else. See what he could do with something else. So, I mean, it's all about trying to, stand out a little bit, be a little different, that type of thing. When you audition, what do you do?
Man, dude, I'm a nervous wreck with auditions.
Really?
I do very little.
You seem very confident.
Yeah, I seem very confident.
How long have we been on this already? We've been on this for 16 minutes, and you are the most comfortable person in the first 16 minutes that we've ever had on the show. Because most people are pretty.
You have a podcast.
Yeah, you could tell that you do this shit. Because most people are very.
That's fire.
Quiet and very. Yeah. For the first 10 minutes, and then they start to loosen up.
And then they loosen up.
Yeah. Once you get into a topic, because that's what, remember I asked you outside. I'm like, you always try to find a topic that they feel comfortable in, because then they can just let go. Because if I just go and talk about, I want to talk about Ford Focus STs. The fuck? Who the hell wants to talk about that? You know what I'm saying? So like, if you want to talk about,
I'd leave.
Who wants you here anyways? Can we just turn off? I'm kidding. I love you, John. I forgot what I was saying. Never mind. Go ahead. Take it away. Take it away.
I was going to ask you. No. I don't know about confidence in auditions. That's what you were talking about.
Yeah, you seem like you have a lot of confidence.
So I mean, when I have to perform, I'll perform. But if it's for a gig that I'm really not confident in, I'll start questioning myself and my takes and my options, and I won't do the best that I can. But for like my role for Black, my audition, I nailed that. I got that one for sure. There were a few that I knew that I fell off. So I feel like auditioning for me, it's not taking me anywhere. So I had to create my own stuff in order for me to excel in my career. Okay. So I try to avoid auditioning.
Do you think it's something do you think it's something that you just lack in practice?
Possibly.
Because I've always felt that's kind of like a muscle.
Absolutely. I don't have time to flex that muscle.
Five kids.
Five kids. That's my excuse for everything. I can't make it. 5 kids.
5 kids. I understand. Never mind. Take it back.
Hey, 5 kids, man. So I fit everything that I do within, an hour a day, that I have for myself, or I cut that within the week, during my lunch, but I get shit done, So what
else do you struggle with in acting? Like, I know what I struggled with. Like, one of the big things I struggled with is, and I still kind of struggle with it, is like memorizing. Nerves was big, but I'm kind of okay there. Yeah. Memorizing shit was a big fucking problem for me, right? So like trying to figure, and I would research this shit, right? Like I'm big on trying to figure shit out.
So what method are you in?
Oh my god! So I've tried every fucking thing you can think of, right? You people slamming it in your head, you got to read it 1,000 times, write it 1,000 times. I've done all that shit, and none of it probably worked for me.
Initials on the paper.
Yeah, everything. Like even the whole like putting the first letter of every word to try to get it. I mean, some things work. Don't get me wrong. It helps, but like honestly, the only thing that helped me do it, like I've gotten better, is because I do it more often. It's kind of like when you're in school, in grammar school, high school, college, whatever, you read, right? That's what we do in school. We read. John doesn't read.
Yeah, I'm kind of with him. I don't read.
No, but it's something that's in your mind already, because that's part of the school curriculum. Right? Yeah. You have to read instructions. You have to read questions. All this reading that you do subliminally, I guess. That's subliminally. That's the wrong word.
I know I read in high school. I was questioning somebody else's...
reading capability?
Not capability.
I started reading now.
I never saw you read.
I started reading. I have a lot of books in my room over there. I started reading more.
Playboys,
and that helps. Shut up! Don't tell people about that shit, man.
Hustler.
Whatever.
Wow,
that wasn't my top. That wasn't my pick. I was more of a Playboy guy.
Really?
Yeah. I like reading the articles. It was interesting.
It's too clean.
It was too clean?
It's too clean.
I mean, that Tori Wilson one was really good though.
Who?
Tori Wilson.
WWE.
You remember? You bought it.
I was a Stacy Keebler guy.
She never did. She never
really?
did.
You look like a China fella.
Ooh.
Oh. Yeah.
Ooh.
China. No.
Yeah.
No.
You guys have something in common.
What?
Steroids.
In the ass.
So I dabbled for a month. That doesn't mean I'm a steroid user.
Did you use steroids?
I'm gonna say no, not really.
No. Did you use steroids?
But you're not gonna.
Wait. Let me finish. Hold on. It's one question, one answer. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you use steroids?
Yes.
Okay, so you are a steroid user.
But no.
What do you mean?
Not
no.
currently.
Okay, that's a different question. I didn't say
I
if you are
haven't gone to the gym
currently.
for like the past 15 years. I did steroids for a month, and you're gonna associate me as a like steroid user,
I mean,
an avid
I'm not
user?
really.
No,
I'm just
that doesn't
poking fun
count.
at you because it's fun. That's why I'm doing it.
Yeah, no, I think you're big, but yeah, no, yeah.
No,
You're not absurdly big, but mind
believe
you, I
me,
see
if
you
I
every
was on
fucking day.
steroids.
You actually might be cut if you were on steroids.
Yeah.
You look
Tell
like
me
you're on a
about it.
mission though.
Oh yeah.
Nah, I don't think you're on a mission anymore. You're not that type of dude, John. Like he's not the type of dude that says, well, like my goal is to look like Arnold. Well, maybe that might be his goal. I don't know because he
Possibly.
loves Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
But I mean, like he's never been the I'm gonna have washboard abs and I'm gonna be in a competition
God,
type.
no.
No, that's not his
I'm
thing. If I ever saw Jonathan do anything, he was gonna be those world's strongest man competition type dudes where like he's like flipping Volkswagen Beetles and picking up boulders and
Yeah, I
shit.
have that physique.
Yeah, I agree.
It's never gonna
like
be
that Russian.
on
You got that
stage.
Russian.
Yeah.
Russian
physique.
Hulk.
Yeah,
Kind of, sort of.
but anyways, what were we talking about before we started talking about steroids?
Auditions and how you can get better
struggling.
with practice.
Yeah, practice to me is key, man.
Yeah, practice is key, but it's time is something
That
I
too.
value.
You
so.
have to find time.
Yeah, so as much as I like to work on myself and get better at things, I found auditions not being productive, and bills are due on the first, so I got to do what I got to do.
I agree, 100%. I think that's one of the things I have a hard time doing. So like, are you signed with anybody?
No,
Agent
not
West, you're just all
represented.
independent. So it's all
All
independent.
independent.
So I'm represented. So like I get my auditions. It kind of slowed down now because they went through this like transition
Yeah,
or whatever of ownership and all that. But I was getting a good amount, and that was a struggle too because it's just like I work a regular job,
yeah,
right? I literally come home to shower and do this and whatever, and then it's such a hard thing because you have friends that can help you. Like John helps me as much as he can, but he also has 3 kids.
yeah.
So it's, and then all my friends all have kids, and it's like, fuck, I'm the only one who have kids. And it's like I gotta do this and do this, and and you gotta have a caliber of work too. So like I'm really picky with my work.
Okay.
So like quality of my video, of my auditions, podcasts, all this crap, like it has to be nice. If not, it's not fucking coming out. So like I need to find a reader, and trying to get him out of the house is, it's annoying, So I get you. Time is a pain in the ass. Like even though I don't have kids,
yeah.
it's like it's still a time. It's a pain in the ass. It's like when do you have to find it? But I guess when you love something, you got to try to find time.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It's like
Absolutely.
we say the same thing about relationships in a way, right? We
Yeah.
say when a girl doesn't want to go out with you, it's because she doesn't like you, or she says I don't have time. No, if you like someone, you make time.
Yeah.
You make fucking
Absolutely.
time. You know what I'm saying? So I love doing this.
Yeah.
I love acting. I love, being behind the cameras and figuring this out. That's why I always spend, I put so much time. It's like John always finds time to go to the gym.
Always.
It never stops.
He's going there after
Never
this.
ceases.
Dude, every fucking day.
Every day?
Just about.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because the way I eat, I have to go to the gym every day.
You know what?
Because if you
If
don't, then you
not-
get fat.
Oh, fat is a
Fat's her?
understatement. No.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
but-
I'm a jerk. I shouldn't
so-
talk because I've gained a lot of weight over the years.
Kind of chunky in the middle.
I'm getting. That's all right. I'm gonna start running.
You're
soon.
chunky?
I'm getting there.
Bro,
But I was a stick.
you are a stick.
No. I was really. My legs look like the stands of the lights here. It was pretty disturbing. I look like someone who hasn't eaten in a long time.
You look healthy now.
I know, but it's
a good fit, man.
Like his brother came to my house a week ago, right? Like a week ago, and I haven't seen him in a while. And I walk in from work, I'm tired, right? I hear them there, so I go up front and I say hi. And the first thing Nathan tells me is, "You're looking kind of chunky there, bro." And I'm like, "Fuck, I'm gonna have to go run around the block now." Like, what the fuck?
It's always that one comment that pushes you.
Oh my
because
God,
you've
it
been
pisses
telling
me
it. You've been telling it to yourself day in and day out. Man, I look fat. Man, this shirt doesn't fit right. Man, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about myself.
That's how I sound.
Yeah.
That's
so
how I
like you're
fucking
talking to
sound.
yourself, and then you get that one confirmation saying, "Hey, Chubsters, lay off them."
You know what it is, and what's fucked up is that it's such an easy cure for me, right? Because my biggest villain is fucking soda. That's my biggest Achilles heel. I love it, and I've tried to slow down, and I feel like I have, but I haven't slowed down enough.
What is it? What is it? Coke?
I love Coke. I love cherry
So
Coke.
gross in the morning too.
What the fuck? It's like you drinking coffee in the
No,
morning.
it is not.
Oh my! Why? Because it's warm.
Because it's Coke.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Why? Why is it disgusting?
It's not time. Coke is like for after a pizza or a hamburger, not
Yeah, like
first thing in the morning. Like fucking,
after the sun came to the climax.
Oh God, I'm not gonna argue this.
Do you drink your Coke
'cause you're wrong.
with Jack?
I do, but not in the morning. But not Jack. I'm a Captain Morgan and Coke guy. I'm a Captain Morgan Coke guy.
I'll drink that.
I like a spice drum.
Yeah,
You know, I'll do Jack and Coke because the Jack Daniels vanilla one,
yeah.
and some Coke. Oh my God, that's some good shit.
Amazing.
That's some good shit right there. Nonetheless, that's my biggest Achilles heel because I don't really eat a lot of candy and all that shit.
Yeah.
And then since COVID hit, like basketball kind of slowed down. So that was what was balancing me, right? Because if I weighed at work the day before yesterday. I think I was like 210, right? And that night I went to go play basketball. I weighed myself in the morning and I went down to like 206. So I lost a couple pounds just playing basketball.
I hate you now.
Hey, what can I say?
Wow.
I mean, it's fucked up, right? But it's just like I know if I ran every day, I'd probably be pretty skinny again. It's just I love.
Yeah, that's a great metabolism to have, man.
But it slowed down a shit ton because I was literally really skinny, and he knows. He's known me my whole life. Like a strong wind could just move me away. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It was one of those things that looked like a plastic bag just flying around.
Turns sideways and he disappears.
Oh, it's like the crack on the floor. Slip. Oh my God. Anyways. We keep sidetracking. I like this episode because we're just going all over the place, but we're sidetracked.
Usually what we do, kind of, sort of.
What else did you struggle with besides like time? Let's just say something else, like something that you know that was
control, hard. That I had time. Something that I have struggled with. Paying attention. I think that's been my biggest struggle.
Paying attention as in what?
In general, setting up, remembering lines. I have ADD, so sometimes I got to
like legit, or are you diagnosing yourself?
I'm self-diagnosing.
Okay.
Yeah.
John, what do you have? What do you self-diagnose?
As far as what?
I don't know.
I'm fine.
You're fine?
I got short-term memory loss. Like I'll clock in for work, and then a minute later, I can't remember if I clocked in.
So you always double clock in.
But you know what? That happens a lot.
Sometimes.
You know when that happens to me a lot? When I'm driving. Like if I'm driving, well, it happens to me when I'm kind of asleep. But like it's like that feeling, like you drove and you're like, shit, when did I pass this? Because like you the same ride every day to work, right? And I'm like, damn, did I pass that McDonald's already? Fuck, when did I pass it?
You kind of get lost in the moment.
Yeah. I don't struggle with anything. I am perfection exemplified.
You're an actor.
Awesome.
Don't you have an addiction?
Do I have an addiction? Coke. Yeah, Coke.
Every actor has an addiction.
What type of
Coke?
What type of Coke?
Coca-Cola.
Oh, okay.
That's my addiction.
Sure, that's the only Coke.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? That's scary, bro. I don't even want to talk about that. That's scary.
No,
I don't even want to get. I don't ever want to get that rich where that becomes a problem. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that when you get exposed to that lifestyle, and I've seen people do it. Like it's so crazy to see people do that shit.
Yeah, it's the fast lifestyle. You kind of spiral out of control, slow, fast.
Dude, there was I think I can say this at the barbershop I used to go to. Right, a bunch of Puerto Ricans guys, and one of them was really talkative, really loud, really energetic, right? That naturally energetic, right? And then one day, we were there, and people. I'm surprised the one. No, John, you didn't say. Why do you go to a barbershop? You're fucking bald.
I was trying to respect.
Because he's bald too. Because
he
has my same.
Kind of outnumbered.
Okay. Where was I going? Okay, so like he's super energetic, whatever. He talks. He's a good conversation person, right? And then one day I'm just there, and then he just goes into this little corner. And he just, damn, but you needed that? Like you're at 100 already. Like what the fuck? Like it's almost like that thing I showed you. Did I show you the cocaine commercial?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god! And it's somebody filmed like this like a commercial style. It's like a spoof of a let's say a Viagra or some shit, like one of those commercials you see on TV.
Yeah.
But it was about cocaine. And then he was like, I never had energy, and I would go to the bar. And then this one day, this Hispanic guy walked up to me. He talked me. talk to me about cocaine. And I came back and all of a sudden I have so much energy and I'm just the life of the party and this and this. And then he starts listing all the warnings, the side effects, like, oh, you can have this and this and this and this and this, and you could die and blah, 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 blah. The funniest fucking thing. I'll try to see if I can show you before you leave.
Yo, man, the cocaine high, like, that looks so interesting. Like, it looks like, hey, I want to join, but I really don't want to join. You know, like I want to try it out, but I don't want to.
You can get a what's that called? Erectile dysfunction. Is that what that is? You can get with that.
ED.
Yeah, I don't know if I want that.
Medication for that too?
You know, steroids too. Just.
I was gonna ask that earlier.
I highly doubt.
Did you have any problems?
1 month of use, it was gonna create any long-term side effects.
Did you? Were you married at the time?
Of course, yeah.
Did she have this feeling?
He said it did.
I'm kidding. That's the only thing I got on you, John. You understand that a lot of us hate on you because you have beautiful eyes, you got a good look, you got a nice physique. That's the only. You got a full head. Oh, I don't want to say a full head of hair.
No,
but you got a good amount of hair still left.
You're like a foot taller than me. You got.
Well, I'd rather be shorter. I'm too tall, to be honest.
No.
I think I'm too tall.
Yeah.
To be an actor, I'm a little too tall.
I mean, maybe for this basement, you're too tall, but in general,
I'm just saying in general for actors, they're normally actors are shorter. Most of them. I mean, there are some tall actors, but I mean, I don't know too many 6 foot. I mean, I'm not 6'4", but like I'm 6'3", which is like Chris Hemsworth height. You know, but then you look at everybody else; they're all pretty short. I mean, even though J.K. Simmons, he was like here to me. So I mean, he was pretty tall. But like, if I have a scene with Robert Downey Jr., he's
Elijah
fucking
Woods.
like this. Yeah, they're all fucking
camera angles, man. They can fix that with camera.
Of course. Or
And
just
Apple
put or have them
Harry
sit on a
Potter.
fucking box.
Yeah.
You know. Let's talk about movies since we like movies, right?
sure,
What's your favorite movie?
Man, my favorite movie that I could watch back and forth. I have several, but Wolf of Wall Street, Goodfellas, you know.
Goodfellas.
Yeah. Martin Scorsese, amazing.
What else? Is those two?
You said who?
Just those two?
No, well,
Like anything you can
I have a
catch.
slew.
Anything you can catch on TV, and you're just gonna leave it on there.
we're looking for a rom-com.
Nah, nobody watches
Yeah,
rom-coms.
rom-com.
Yeah, I try to stay away from those, man. That's
John,
how
you
babies
see,
happen.
this is when we have a disconnect.
What?
You like
That was a
rom-coms,
joke.
man?
I don't like.
Yeah, you do.
No.
Yeah.
Absolutely no.
Anyways, back to your film.
Test them.
You know, whatever time I have, I usually go to something safe that I like Breaking Bad. I watch that shit like 8-9 times. You know, movies, I have ones that I'll watch occasionally. You know, Goodfellas, Wolf on Wall Street, comedies. You know, anything with Seth MacFarlane. You know,
He's funny.
yeah, he is
He's funny.
super
Why is
funny.
there's so many really good shows that I've never watched, not like one episode of.
Like what? Like Breaking Bad?
Breaking Bad,
I never watched it
You
either.
avoided the Breaking Bad train.
The Office.
Yeah, I can't
Never
get into
watched.
that.
I heard it's really
Any-
good.
yeah, I'm sure
My
it is.
boss is really into that shit. Like he's really into The Office.
The
Like,
Walking
really into
Dead.
The Office.
Too many zombies after the second
I'm not a big
episode.
TV
What's
show
the other
guy.
one with the dragons?
I don't know.
Lord of the
Rings.
No.
With the
Game of
dragons.
Thrones.
Game of Thrones. There you
Never
go.
watched an episode of that.
I never watched
Am I
it.
weird?
I've never been big on TV shows.
Okay.
I like films.
Okay.
I like movies. I don't like TV shows. Are kind of like there's only been a few TV shows that I've really followed all the way through.
Family Guy.
That's not even finished, but sure. I have seen like a lot of that. I mean, I haven't seen the new ones in a long time, but
Yeah.
like I'm a 90s kid, so like I mean like really, you know what I watched? What I binged watched this when I found it? I watched Beast Wars. And
Beast Wars.
You remember that, the Transformers ones? But it was like, you don't remember that?
No.
Fucking
And so,
kid.
man, when I was a kid, I watched a lot of like live action movies. Like I like The Mask.
That was a good movie.
You know, Dumb and Dumber.
Cameron Diaz looked amazing.
Amazing
in that
as her
red
first
dress.
role.
Holy fuck.
As her first role.
Man.
Beautiful.
She peaked.
peaked after
No.
Face wise, yeah. But,
I mean, she stayed pretty for a long time.
Nah.
I mean, she's kind of going downhill now, but
she got too thin. Like right after that movie, she
No,
got a little.
she still looked bad on Bad Teachers.
yeah. I mean, she was
little
excited.
thin.
I would have hit
a
it.
little thin.
I would have put her on the table,
Yeah.
on her desk.
What does that mean?
I would have put her on her desk,
Okay.
and I would have the crap out of her.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all I'm saying. I mean, Right? No? Am I alone on that? I'm just saying.
No,
I mean,
no,
I know
no.
everybody here is married and happily have kids, but
Yeah.
five kids. Cameron Diaz looked really good in that. I think the very opening scene of hers when she walks into the bank and she has that red dress on.
Kissed.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That was later on in the film though. The Ip kiss part. That was later on in the film.
That
Was
was
it in the
not the
beginning?
way she said it.
Of course it was.
It was just essential.
Jonathan, what is your favorite fucking movie?
Oh,
Terminator?
it's
Pumping
very
Iron
obscure,
with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
It's a very obscure
Jingle
cartoon.
Bells.
Jingle All the Way. Jingle All the Way.
Jingle All the Way.
Well, aside from
Eraser?
every Arnold flick there is,
Batman and Robin?
it's like a really obscure animation of a sci-fi fantasy. It's called Fire and Ice from like 1984.
That's really fucking really specific.
Yeah.
Where did you find that?
We got it at a Sam's Club when I was like 7 years old. And I will tell you this, as strict as our parents were, like
Yes.
coming from a Christian household, that movie was not for people my age. I mean, that probably kind of fucked me up in the head a little bit. Like the main actress, the girl, she was wearing like nothing.
Oh, but anime's always been
The
that
entire
way.
time?
Yeah.
Nipples?
You can see them through her sheer thing.
But couldn't you say the same thing about?
animation,
Couldn't you
but-
say anything about like video games the same way? I mean, Chung-Li looked pretty hot for her time.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just
No,
being
but this was
realistic.
pretty
Raider.
freaking
Yeah, Tomb Raider had
risque.
them pointy titties going on real quick.
Oh,
we
yeah.
all literally grabbed the controller and just spun around her body a couple
Oh,
times.
yeah.
Who didn't do that? Come on,
sure.
let's be real. Seriously. That was our first exposure to 3D graphics, so I mean, we all got a little excited there. What's your favorite movie besides the anime? Give us something that we probably all know.
All right, give me a
Oh my
fucking
God.
category.
What do you like?
Category. All right, I like this one from the 90s called Pure Luck with Martin Short and Danny Glover. Haven't watched that either.
Is that the one you? Maybe
I
I've
referenced
seen
it?
that. No, I feel like I've seen that.
Have you seen it, or are you just laughing because my picks are so fucking odd and out?
Yo,
like,
your
what?
selections, they sound like they're in the bottom bin at the Walmart,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
And they're like
The last thing you'll
clearance,
ever get,
to like
bro.
5 cents. Just get them off our
The
hands,
bargain
please.
barrel at
Serious.
Family Dollar.
It's
yeah,
like buy one get 10 free.
but they're great.
That's
Martin
debatable.
Short is funny.
That's debatable.
He's really good.
Okay, seriously, that's your favorite. That's your
What's
favorite
the
movie.
fuck you
I don't
want me
know.
to
What's your
say?
favorite? I don't know. I thought you would
If
have
those
something
are his-
popular.
No, if those
Okay.
if those are his picks.
All right, a legit one is Inception.
Okay.
One of my absolute favorites.
I gotta get into that. When were they sleeping? When were they awake? And why do I have to watch it more than once?
I didn't have to watch it more than once. I was pretty I was so into it that
ADD.
yeah.
You know what? That movie.
It was pretty hard to keep track of.
That movie was like one of those. It was like The Matrix, where it's like it stood out because of how graphically amazing it was.
Oh no!
Like I don't think the story. I don't think the story. The story was
Oh,
good, but I
will
don't think the
slap
story.
you.
I don't think the
even
story
say the
was.
story-
I don't think.
bad?
Can I finish? Can
I know what you're
finish
gonna
the
say.
sentence?
Okay, go ahead.
I don't think it was an amazing fucking script. Was The Matrix an amazing script? Probably. It was good, but it wasn't like fucking. It was great. The Matrix was great because of what it did at
It
the
didn't
time.
have some Family Guy elements.
Oh my
to
god,
it.
I'm not talking about fucking Family Guy, bro.
What the
Enough about the
fuck, bro?
family thing. I'm just saying, I think it was a bigger movie than what it was because of what it did at the time. It made, the whole graphics that it had, the world's flipping around, all this type of shit. That was never done before. It was like The Matrix. The Matrix was the whole slow motion thing.
But the storyline is great. Like obviously it's fake, but it had me thinking, could this actually happen? Could you go into somebody's dream and fucking mess around?
I mean,
with
I'm
it?
pretty sure at
It's
some point we
fucking
probably
cool.
would be able to. Because
you
I mean, you can go to sleep and people can tell what's going on in your head. I mean, I don't know if we can tell exactly what's happening, but we can kind of pinpoint what's going on by where the action is in your brain.
Well, I heard a story through Black Magic. You could enter somebody's dream.
No.
Yeah.
all right.
So,
I heard something through Freddy Krueger that he can enter through people's dreams.
yo, man, that guy scared the shit.
Oh my god, when I was a kid, oh bro, that dude that scared
His
the crap out of me.
face and Chucky.
Really?
Yeah, Chucky.
Chucky, yeah,
Because he was my best friend. and he's my size with a knife.
Were you a Candyman fan?
Candyman, I was.
Did you watch the new one?
No, I haven't.
Don't. I mean, wait until it's in the discount bin.
Sure. I mean, Jordan Peele did have 2 good movies, man.
You know what?
Us and Get Out were very solid.
Let me ask you something. Since you know you're in the biz, right? You know what goes on behind the camera. Does that bug you when you watch films now?
What?
Or can you still get lost in a film?
Well,
because you're involved, so you know how a film is made. You know about acting. You know about actors and producers and all this stuff. Does that ruin films for you?
Sometimes, like if I see like an actor do, take an initiative and do something in a scene, it's like, oh, that's a weird choice. Why did you do that?
I'm gonna say something. So I was never a horror fan. I was the biggest pussy in the world, right? I got scared out of anything. So we went to go watch Candyman, the new one, and I didn't do what I normally do when I go watch a horror flick. Like I'll normally read it on Wikipedia so I know when shit's coming.
Okay,
right? I didn't do none of that. I just went to fucking watch it.
No wonder it's ruined for you. Why would you do that?
Because I did it because I didn't want to get scared from it because I was such a fucking.
Well, why even go?
Because
this is off the new Candyman.
No, I didn't do that for this movie.
Okay.
I didn't do it for the new Candyman movie. I was like, I'm just going to go watch it. So I went to watch it. And from the very opening credits, because I don't know who does that anymore. Like, who has opening credits nowadays? Seriously. Like, credits are normally at the end, but like at the beginning, it's like. So they have opening credits. And I see Simon Casting pops up on the screen, right? And I'm like, oh, I've auditioned for them. I've done work for them. I actually know the people that run that company. I'm like, well, this film is fake because I know who they are. Like, and that ruined it for me because I couldn't get lost in it because I know that.
You know what? Yes.
I probably could have casted for that if I was acting at the time.
Absolutely.
And it's like that ruins shit. Because
absolutely.
You can't get lost in it because you know it's fucking fake. It's like if I was in that movie, if I was in Candyman, you would know that shit's fake. Because I'm still here.
Yes.
A hook hasn't cut through my throat.
I feel like I can compartmentalize the fact that.
But you understand what I'm saying.
You
get what I'm saying. Do you know what I'm saying?
I get it. But so then why watch movies anymore?
I really don't, in a way. I mean,
Chicago-based movies, yeah, I get that. Like
that makes it worse because you recognize the atmosphere.
Yeah,
you know where this is. I'm like, I waited at that bus stop.
Yeah,
I picked up that chick right there. Yep. It kind of takes the lure away from it, and then plus we know what acting entails because we've all done it. Yeah. So like you said, we notice.
We sure have.
You've read, so I'm pretty sure you know when shit goes wrong too.
Yeah.
You're probably more observant now than you were since you've been hanging with me about this whole acting thing, right?
Yeah.
Like when somebody does something stupid, like he said, like if you start to think, why did he do it that way? Or he should have done this, or he's trying too hard, or he's whatever. Blah blah blah. Like,
you can always tell when somebody's trying too hard.
That's when movies start to bug me. Like my favorite movie of all time,
The Notebook. I thought you said
you put it out of your collection.
I thought you said it once.
No, I have a couple. I'm a huge fan of The Dark Knight because that was a killer performance by Heath Ledger. For some reason I like because my favorite actor's in it, but I like Leon the Professional. Thought that was a great movie. There's one. I'm a huge Marvel fan.
Okay.
Obviously, a superhero fan. So like Civil War to me is like the greatest movie ever made. I don't know why it is to me. Do you like Civil War?
You know what, man? I haven't had time to get into Marvel.
Five kids.
You would think you would watch them all because I'm pretty sure they all love Marvel.
Know what? I have interest in. My oldest is 9. Then I have a 4-year-old, 3-year-old.
You got a boy? That's the oldest one?
I have a boy that's a year old.
The oldest is a girl or boy? Girl?
9 years old.
I would say if she was a boy Spider-Man fan, automatically.
She loves Spider-Man. Yeah, we watched Spider-Man. Wow. But as far as the whole,
so she's gonna go
Marvel
crazy with
universe.
this new one. With this new one that comes out in December, she's gonna go crazy. 3 Spider-Man.
Oh, we're gonna have to take her.
That's gonna be a badass movie. But I don't know why I like that movie so much. I think it was the only movie that I really liked because there was no villain. Excuse me. It was more them against themselves.
Okay.
It was a battle of positions. Like one agreed with the Accords, the other one didn't, and they fought about it. Which I thought was a pretty cool concept. You know, all the other movies, you know, they have a big bad person or whatever. They come together, blah, blah, blah. But this one was cool because they actually fought. And at the end, the two main characters of the movie, Tony and Steve, they still didn't like each other, which I thought was a pretty cool concept. Like, no one really won. You know, there was no victory in that movie, which made it interesting because you normally see, you know, the hero fight, falls, and then wins.
And then wins at the end.
You know?
And then, yeah.
But for some reason, this is when I go back to William Dafoe as the Green Goblin. And he says it perfectly. He says, what do people like more? They love to see a hero try and fail. That's interesting. Whenever they don't get what they want. Because we never see that. You know, we always see them win. I like to see them
He gets
fail.
all his philosophy from Marvel movies.
So what?
You,
Well, you get all your fucking philosophies from Arnold Schwarzenegger.
that's
You listen
some
to
of
Arnold
it.
Schwarzenegger
some of
motivational
it,
speeches.
but you know,
Some of it.
other people have Socrates and Aristotle.
I'm surprised you didn't say Pumping Iron was your
You
favorite
have
film.
Bucky from Civil War, or whatever the fuck his name was.
Bucky Barnes.
So I have a question. If I were to be introduced to the Marvel universe, what film would you recommend for me to see first? Because I tried with Captain Marvel and I walked out after
Oh my
10
God.
minutes.
Brie Larson. Oh my God.
You like her,
what?
right?
Oh my God. She's horrible.
You like her Nissan commercials?
That's horrible too. How can you suck? I mean, okay, mind you, let me take that back. Let me speak correctly, right? She's got awful.
Strong.
Here's the thing. And I know she gets paid to act. Obviously, I don't, right? Well, you know, we're a novice compared to her, right? But some people are just so dry, and she's one of those. Like, you know, when you go order chicken and you got that great dark meat, but then you get that dry meat and it's just like you just chewing on that shit and then it's hard to swallow. You gotta drink something like Coke with it. Brie Larson is like that white meat chicken. Like, it's just it might be good for you,
Not
but
even
it's
fried,
not.
boiled.
No,
steamed.
it's just dry. Even in a Nissan commercial, I mean, everything she says is just dry. Even her co-actors don't even like her.
Would you say she's the Kristen Stewart of the Marvel universe?
That might be giving her too much.
Really?
Kristen Stewart's
Zero energy, zero.
She's bad. I mean,
Just as bad.
she's pretty bad. I mean, I don't know. What do you think, John? Honestly, I mean, we haven't seen too much of her, but I'm just saying, like,
she's a little bland for my taste. She's meh.
And then I tried to watch her YouTube channel. She had a YouTube channel for a little while, and even in that, it's just like, oh God,
I mean, there's a reason they didn't give her the Maxima and they gave her the Sentra. She's
she's been on she had the Murano, so she's moving on up,
yeah,
I guess.
I
But they are picking her just because she was Captain Marvel. You know?
Yeah, you got that Marvel stamp.
She's
you kind of get that.
If
green
your
light.
resume says I worked for Disney, Marvel's, anything, Marvel Studios, you're getting paid.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? But
So-
no, she's bad.
so
if I was
let's-
to tell you what movie to start with, I mean, the bad thing is that they all kind of
you have to watch them, right?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of do. You can skip some of them. Captain Marvel, you can definitely fucking skip. I would say if you want to skip some of them, just start with the Avengers movie. Start there and just watch the three Avengers. Watch all the Avengers movies, and you'll kind of
Get
get
the
it.
idea.
Yeah.
would say the first Hulk with Eric Bana.
Which one is that one? The one that was the cartoon, the
Wait,
comic book
The
one?
dogs that turn into
Oh yeah, that was bad. Did you watch that?
No.
That was horrible.
Don't.
They
was a
literally
joke.
tried to make a comic book on screen. So like when the screens change, instead of just being in and out,
Regular
they
transition.
have fucking comic books.
Comic strips.
Yeah, and then
No
it
bueno.
zooms into one of them. It was fucking garbage. The worst fucking Hulk movie ever.
That's the way you lose me right there with comic books.
I mean, I would say, yeah, do the Avengers movie. Civil War is really good. That's a good one. The Captain America movies are good too. Especially the second one. What was the second one called? The Winter Soldier. That one's good. Endgame. Those are obviously good movies. I would skip. I'm not a fan of the Ant-Man stuff.
Okay.
That's whatever. Guardians are kind of
Really?
whatever. They're kind of whatever. I mean, you can
Really?
skip them. They're not
Yeah.
necessarily. You don't need to watch them.
Okay, they weren't part of the story, but they're pretty good. I enjoyed
I'm
them.
not. Marvel's worst movie to me is probably Captain Marvel, and that did well.
Mm.
Marvel does not fucking miss. Okay, they can come out with a shitty movie and it still fucking hits.
And it
How
will
about that Shanghai whatever?
Shanghai? You mean Shang-Chi? I haven't seen it yet. I'm probably gonna see it this weekend. I don't know. I'm not too fond of that.
You went to watch the Candyman and not a Marvel movie?
It wasn't out yet.
Oh, I was gonna say.
I mean, I'm not too big of that movie anyway.
Why not? It's Marvel.
I don't know. I didn't watch all the fucking movies.
It's in Marvel. Right?
I'm not saying it wasn't. My friends have said it's a good movie.
Just said it.
They have said it's a good movie. I didn't go watch Guardians of the Galaxy in the theaters. I saw it when it was playing on TNT. Just because it was playing. I mean, I didn't see those. I didn't see Doctor Strange either. Even I heard that one was good too. But anyways, movies that are going to come out soon. So we're all roughly the same age, right?
Yeah.
Anybody excited for the new Jurassic Park movie? Another one?
Is it with Chris Pratt still?
It is Chris Pratt, Dallas Howard, and it's going to be the 3 original cast members. So it's going to be Ian Malcolm, Alan Grant, and
Jeff Goldblum.
Oh, and the girl who played Sattler, the girlfriend, whatever. So I mean, they're gonna have a threesome because remember in the original movie, the blonde girl was with Alan, but then Ian Malcolm kept trying to get in there.
Yeah,
you know. So like this is gonna be like some crazy threesome going on here.
Yeah, who was the old Scottish guy banging?
He's dead. Nobody, because he's dead.
Oh, that's a shame.
He's gone now. He was the best part of the movie.
Oh yeah,
the original. He was such a good actor. He was really good. Who's your favorite actor?
My favorite actor. One movie that I would see. Robert De Niro. I think he's amazing.
Again with the Robert De Niro.
Yeah. Wait, where did you hear that from?
Somebody else said it. I think it was last week.
Oh, Swap said Robert De Niro? Yeah, he said Robert De Niro. Yeah, man. I think he does he has a great versatility. I mean, he does comedy, he does drama, he does horror. No? He can do it all.
Yeah.
John, who's your favorite actor? Please, if you say Arnold Schwarzenegger, I will kick you off my set.
Oh, that's...
No.
How do you defend that with 2 languages? What do you think of Jackie Chan?
I think he's all right.
Oh, same caliber?
I think Jackie Chan completely outshines Arnold.
He's his own stunt double. He does his own stunts.
Well, yeah,
he's more charismatic for one.
I mean,
he's
Rumble
definitely more
in the
charismatic.
Bronx was good, and then it was all kind of the same stuff. The one with Chris Tucker, I never got into.
Isn't it the same thing with Arnold? Arnold had he had Terminator 1, he had Terminator 2. Everything else is like meh.
Yeah,
everything else is forgettable.
Jackie Chan was always in like kind of like martial art comedy movies, which I
and Arnold Schwarzenegger is in just action movies.
Real, true life stuff. Like that Predator stuff. That could happen.
Oh my God, I'm so done with you, bro. I can't even take you seriously because you talk this way about Arnold.
Commando? Somebody can abscond with your
but yet you don't like The Rock.
Kids. No.
Why?
Which is confusing to me.
Because he's garbage.
You know, on the rundown, Arnold Schwarzenegger passed off the torch to The Rock in the beginning scene and said,
"Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck."
That was improvised. He was passing the torch.
And The Rock dropped that fucking flame.
At what point did he drop it?
The first movie. The first line of the first movie he ever made.
The only movie that I say he was garbage in was Scorpion.
And that was
the only movie. Yeah,
Rampage.
Let's go look at the first movie that Arnold Schwarzenegger was in. Which one was it? Since you're such a fan, his first big production.
His first movie was like a really like you've never heard of. It was like Barbarian in New York, something like that.
He was horrible. He was god awful.
You had to really dig in your memory.
I know. So guess what? Yeah. The Rock's first movie was The Scorpion King.
Yeah,
that his first full length movie, and he sucked at it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what happens over time? You get better.
Yeah.
And The Rock has gotten better. Arnold did not get better.
Nope.
What? You think The Rock is not better now than he was when he did The Scorpion?
I mean, when you start at absolute trash, you can get better.
And what the hell did Arnold start at?
He started okay. And then got
see,
great.
dude,
he became an all-time great.
Dude, you got something right here.
What is that?
It looks like his dick residue. Bro, you got to get off his junk, bro.
Nope.
Wow.
Okay, besides Arnold Schwarzenegger, who's your favorite actor?
A real one.
DiCaprio.
DiCaprio? Okay, I can.
You know what?
That's a good one.
That's a good runner-up. That's a good one. That's a good runner-up for me.
You had
Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro. Mine is Gary Oldman. You know who Gary Oldman is?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
See?
Hey.
Yeah.
2 in a row.
25.
Fuck you. Wait, let me censor that. My bad. Never mind. It's too late. Dude, he always blows freaking shit in my face because he doesn't know who Gary Oldman is.
Because
he hasn't been in an
nobody
action movie.
you ask knows who he is.
Dude, if you're actually into movies, you know who Gary Oldman is. You have to know who Gary Oldman. The problem with Gary, again, I always explain this over and over again to you, is he's always been second fiddle. He's never been the hero of the film. He's the villain of the film. He does that amazingly well. He's a fucking chameleon, dude. You lose him in the film. You don't lose Arnold, do you?
I lose him all right.
Do you lose Arnold? Why? Because it's just Arnold.
Out.
It's just fucking Arnold.
You don't lose him because he's there. He's got so much presence. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you a question. If Arnold was not steroided out, would he still be a Hollywood actor?
In some capacity. Yeah. He had so much drive.
So.
He would.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah, he would.
I don't even think The Rock would have been. I don't even think The Rock would be in Hollywood if it wasn't because he was a WWF wrestler to begin with.
Oh, definitely not.
And Arnold falls in the same fucking category.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
He'd be like, I don't know.
Anybody watching this still on Facebook Live who hasn't changed the channel, comment on the comment section, please, and see if you really think Arnold Schwarzenegger is the good. Actually, we have
Rafi.
Yeah, a couple people that were watching. If you think I'm wrong that Arnold Schwarzenegger just really, really fucking sucks.
Why do we always talk about this every week?
Because it's funny. Because you're the only person I know that defends Arnold Schwarzenegger like he's your brother.
You have to be hammered out. It has to be hammered out every week. It's like a therapy session.
Yeah,
this is actually not a podcast.
Yeah.
This is an intervention.
Yes. yes. You want to lay down on the couch?
Intervening for me. I'm already too far gone.
Dude.
So it's not going to happen.
Dude, you got to get over that. What would be your dream film? If you can go back in time and be in any film, what would be the film?
He looks like a Titanic type of guy.
Yeah. Any film that I could be in.
And what character in that film?
The Mask.
Really?
Stanley Ipkiss.
You want to be Stanley Ipkiss?
Yeah.
You want to have your time with Cameron Diaz?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Turn into that green monster and go crazy.
Nice. That movie was, you know what? I watched The Mask now, and that movie was just so good. Like it
holds up, doesn't it?
Hell yeah, it holds up. And it's crazy because it was from what, 96?
Yeah.
From 96. Graphics were great at the time. I mean, it had minimal graphics, but like even the stupid song makes me laugh. Like I'll play it on Google Music every so often. The cube, yeah, that one. Oh my, dude! You ever have a song or something in a movie you automatically can like envision the fucking shit?
It takes you back to that memory.
That's one of those. So like everything about that fucking scene is great. Him dancing with the chicks or whatever, and even the stupid cops that when they're trying to get over the fucking thing.
Yeah.
And he tells them, start dancing, I'll blow your brains out. Like that type, like even that's fucking hilarious to me, bro. And that movie was so good.
That's not even his best movie.
Jim Carrey?
It's Ace Ventura, the first one.
Yeah. I can argue that.
I think all of his movies.
I can argue that.
Oh my God.
I can argue that with The Mask.
No.
Really?
Yeah. I think it's way better than The Mask.
Do you think it's better than Dumb and Dumber?
Well, Dumb and Dumber holds a special place in my heart. But yeah, I think that was his best movie. Ace Ventura, just him.
I mean, it was good. I mean, it was a really good movie.
The best one.
But I can argue with a lot of movies. I think Truman Show was a really good fucking movie.
No, not better.
What? It might not have been funny. It might not have been a funny movie or a comedy, but it was a better movie.
What does he do best?
Comedy.
Okay.
I know, but he does do comedy in that movie. He does have comedy parts in that movie, but that movie's story and how he played it was really well done. I mean, I'm not going to tell you that his best movie is I was about to say, I'm not going to say that his best movie is the number 23 because it wasn't, because obviously horror and seriousness is not his forte.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't do bad for someone who's a comedian and normally doesn't do movies like that. I didn't think he did bad, but the movie wasn't good.
No.
You know? But I would say The Truman Show was really good. What's that other movie that was kind of similar? Well, Liar was really good too.
Amazing.
Not better.
Amazing.
No.
You know what? I will give you this. Ace Ventura was progressive for its time because it had the villain as a tranny. So I mean,
yeah.
So
Yeah, it did.
it holds up as the better.
Yeah.
Liar Liar is great too. I mean, that concept alone is just amazing.
Yeah, that whole Jim Carrey's he's such a unique like actor. I mean, anything he does, it's almost like even if it's bad, it's like a gem.
Yeah.
Like even when he played the Riddler, like as bad as that movie was or whatever.
You think that movie was bad?
The Val Kilmer one?
Yeah. With the nipples, right?
I mean, yeah.
Is that the one with the nipples?
That's the one with the nipples. I mean, as compared to Batman and Robin, it's a fucking Oscar winner. I mean, anything with Arnold Schwarzenegger is not good, but compared to the Batman and Robin one, fucking forever is Oscar winning. It wasn't horrible. I mean, obviously I'm more of a fan of Tim Burton in the first two, because it had the whole darkness and all that. And Michael Keaton is, he was perfect at the time. It wasn't bad. I didn't like Two-Face. Two-Face was horrible for me. Like, how is he more goofier than the Riddler? And I mean, the Riddler shouldn't have been goofy either. He should be more serious because he's smart, And that's my issue with fucking all this Batman shit is just so stupid to me because you have amazing material from the 90s cartoon. Grab the fucking 90s cartoon and just make it into a live action movie and you'll have Oscar winning fucking material. Why are you struggling? I don't understand. This new Batman flick looks pretty good though. The new one.
The one with Robert Pattinson?
Yeah, that one looks pretty cool.
I'm interested to see his take. I mean, because everybody was ragging on Heath Ledger about him being a Joker, so I'm interested to see what Robert Pattinson does.
I'm interested in what they're going to do with the story of this movie. I mean, obviously it's an origin story, right? Obviously. But like making it brutal, it's kind of a cool idea.
Who's directing it?
I forgot who it was. But he might not be directing anymore either because he got into Robert Patrick.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
About?
Robert Patrick.
Pattinson. Sorry, Pattinson. So he messed around with a co-actress, supposedly rumored. He messed around with the girl who was going to play the Catwoman on top of the Batmobile hero car. And they got caught. And the director said, I'm not fucking working with you anymore. That he was always drunk and all this crap. So then now you're kind of at a catch-22 because it's like, who do you fire? Do you let go of the director or do you let go of the actor?
Let go of the director.
That's hard, though.
A method actor. He's getting into character.
But that's hard,
was
though.
A bachelor.
Sure. But that's hard because directing usually helps the style of the movie.
The direction of the movie.
And we have seen in history, look at the Batman movies. You had Tim Burton in a certain style, and then here comes Joel Schumacher, and it's completely the flip. So if the problem's going to be is if the movie makes a shit ton of money. Because who gets credit? Yeah, the actor's going to get the credit because that's what you see. But what you're seeing is because of direction, right? So at that point, who do you really fucking let go? Because you can replace
director.
But the movie is based off of like the hype is Robert Pattinson right now.
And we have seen in other movies that you can replace a main character and it's fine.
Which one?
We've seen that in Iron Man when they replaced Terrence Howard with the guy from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
But
I forget his name.
He was supporting, right? He was a supporting role. He
sure, but he's always okay. We've seen it with Batmans in general. I mean, if you want to say the Val Kilmer one was good, you went from Michael Keaton to Val Kilmer.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not. I'll still
but
say Val
it
Kilmer.
It wasn't pulled.
Sure, I get it. You don't want to do that,
yeah.
Right? But I would think that's the easier transition because you can really go wrong with a different director. Your tone could be out the fucking window. The concept, the way the stories get told, that all.
It really depends. How far into the production are they?
Sure. But I mean, this movie is going to be fine. They're done with this one. They're saying going forward because obviously they're going to make sequels because every fucking movie needs a sequel. I don't know. It's a tough call. But I'm really looking forward to it because the fact that Batman is a fucking badass in this fucking film. Like he's just whooping people's asses and not shooting people Batman. Like he did with fucking Ben Affleck's Batman. He's just killing people with guns.
Yeah, I couldn't get into his.
My dad was a Batman fan, right? So I took him to go watch Batman v Superman, right? And the first thing he tells me, he goes, "Hey, why is Batman killing people? He's not supposed to kill people." And I'm like, I don't know why he's fucking throwing cars at people. Like, I mean, really, like, come on, man. Like, that's too much. Like, he has no regard for fucking human life. Like, how is that bad? I know he's gone through shit. right? But that's his fucking rule, right?
Yeah.
You don't kill. But in this movie, he said, fuck that. We're all fucking criminal. I'm killing every fucking person in front of me. Like, what the fuck? That's not fucking Batman. Is that Batman to you?
No.
You know? I mean, I'm all for him whooping people's asses, but like, they have to live. It's like, if you ever watch you ever watch that stupid shit, How It Should Have Ended? It's like a YouTube thing.
No.
It's like a little cartoon thing, right? And then the main characters are Batman and Superman, and they're like at this coffee shop, and they just talk shit about how movies should have finished, right? So one of them, Superman's talking to Batman. He's telling him, "Oh, so I was dealing with the Joker, and the part where he's on his bike, and the Joker's like, hit me, and then he goes, whammo, you hit him? He's like, yep. He goes, you killed the Joker. He's like, sure did. And he's like, but what about your rule? He's like, takes a sip of his coffee. Didn't kill him. And then they show him in the hospital. He's all fucking and he's like, he's talking to the nurse. He goes, and you want to know how I got these scars? And she's like, from Batman. From Batman.
This is called How It Should Have Ended.
How It Should Have Ended. It's fucking hilarious. And it's like, that's how Batman should be, right?
Yeah,
I mean, even that's an extreme example, but like, that's how it should be. You should have fucking killed people. Come on. That's ridiculous. But anyways, we're talking about actors. Gary Oldman's my favorite actor. I think he's badass. So what's going forward? What do you got going on? Let's touch back on that.
The latest project that we're about to get into, we are going to pre-production for Film Flip Volume 2.
What's that about?
So Film Flip,
break it down to me.
So Film Flip was created last year out of quarantine. It's basically myself and B-Side Studio. Shout out to Maurice Prophet and Chrissy Johnston. It's an acting tag team competition where you take your favorite movie, like any Arnold movie, right? And then you flip it to a different genre. So instead of action, it's a comedy, so
I could do that.
Yeah, so that was an idea that came out of last year because there was nothing being produced. Nobody was auditioning for anything, and all these actors were stuck at the house with nothing to do. So why not do something positive and do this competition? And all the earnings actually went to charity. Well, not all the earnings, but a good portion of it.
I got you, John. If you want to do a Terminator 1, you should do Terminator. And instead of do Terminator 1, instead of Arnold trying to kill Sarah, he's trying to romance Sarah, but as a robot. Give it to me. Let me see it. Let me hear it. Stage fright.
Wait, what?
So you do instead of the Terminator trying to kill Sarah Connor, he's trying to romance her. So first you got to start with your Sarah Connor.
Sarah Connor, come with me if you want to fuck.
You're an idiot. That's it. That's all you got. That's your pickup line. Good Lord.
That's romantic. It worked 5 times for me.
Hey, you know what? He's got a lot of money. That might work. Arnold's got money.
Oh, when you got money,
anything works, right?
Anything works.
Remember when we went to go watch Jerry Springer? He basically said that. Remember?
I was on there.
You were on Jerry Springer?
Yes, sir.
Get the fuck out of here.
Where you want me to go?
Really?
Yeah. So, okay. Yeah. I was 19 on Jerry Springer as a guest. I was on there.
Really?
Seriously.
Fucking hey.
Yeah.
Oh, did they give you a story?
What?
Did they give you a story or was it like legit?
It was.
No, I'm going to pretend this was real life. It actually happened to you. Go ahead.
Talking to the mic.
It's me. Okay. Sorry, Mary.
You're good.
It's mirrored. It's basically I got a referenced. That was the word I was looking for. My bad. I was referenced by my cousin who was a guest on there, and then a producer called me and asked if I was interested. I didn't have anything going on, and I was like, sure. So they flew me out to New York, but the only thing was I had to find a real couple to do so, to participate in a love triangle. So I ended up reaching out to a close friend. Shout out to Shaquita Pearson.
That's a great name.
It's unique.
That's a great name.
It's really unique. So I hit her up and I was like, hey, I know you have a boyfriend, Lil Mike at the time. And I was like, hey, you want to go to Jerry Springer with me? It's an all-inclusive paid trip to New York.
It's not bad.
Yeah, I was 19, like, let's do it. So we all signed up and we all went to New York. Now, the storyline is real. We did work together. But the outcome is fake. I did not sleep with her. I did not do anything, but we did fight on stage, and
Dude, we went
That's
we went to the show
Yeah,
as
you guys all
as fucking
disappointed me.
audience members, right?
All disappointed me.
It was so stupid. It was so fucking stupid.
It looked like a circus, didn't it?
But this was back. This was probably when it was already getting tamed, right? Because I remember we were waiting in line on the outside, and they had like the old ones playing, and the old ones were ridiculous. Like when he used to have the blue, probably when he was in New York, but like they had the blue stage and all that. It was crazy. Like I think the craziest thing I saw was like these two chicks, and they were like sitting next to each other, and then the one chick just all of a sudden just turns around and just like straight. Like I'm like, God, like that really looked like it. Fucking, you can't fake that shit. Now it's like they ring the bell on purpose for them to go and start pulling their hair and
they don't even try anymore.
Yeah, it's obviously you could tell it's fake. So like the stories were fucking stupid.
So the thing that really got me to the point of actually hitting somebody was the point of surprise. Basically, what the producer said was he's gonna push you, and you guys are gonna start fighting. So when I entered the stage, I did my spiel and spoke to Shaquita, and then when I had to give my attention to Mike, he ended up pulling out a bouquet of flowers and hitting me in the face. And I was getting hit in the face, and I couldn't do anything because he was hitting me. And at this moment, I felt like a little.
Now it all makes sense. Is why they never really swing anymore.
Yeah.
Think about it. They don't swing. They never really swing. Maybe back in the day they did, but like they don't fucking swing anymore. That's why I knew it was fake. I think the funniest thing I saw that day was Jerry came out before they went on air or before they started recording, and he introduces himself to like the fans or whatever, the crowd or whatever. And then there's like these chicks in the front row, right? And then he starts talking to them, and he says something like, "I know I'm old and ugly as fuck, but I'm rich as shit." And I'm like, that's the greatest pickup line ever. I want to be like Jerry, man. I want to be like Jerry, bro. Like what the fuck?
I think once you get to like some level of money like that, you just don't give a shit.
You have status at that point.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like money, you're surpassed your appeal, your look. You know, you got money. You know, that's all most. I'm not saying women care about that, but most.
I mean, Lil Wayne.
Money speaks.
I mean, Lil Wayne, right?
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of them. I mean, let's be real.
Yeah.
No,
Kodak Black. I'm sorry.
Most women, once you got money, they forget about attraction. You know, if you could be ugly as fuck, if you got money, they don't care. They don't. No, he's beautiful on the inside.
Yeah.
Inside his fucking wallet. That's where he's fucking beautiful. Anyways, man, we get sidetracked real quick.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got one. Who's gonna be your next guest on the podcast?
I'm sitting with them.
I'm excited. Are you, John? Are you excited?
I didn't know I was going till today, but
you're full of shit. I told you a while back. You're gonna go? Yeah, I'm excited. Sure. I'm excited.
I can't wait to have you guys on, man.
Where do you guys work? I mean, live.
Where do I live? Oh, I live in Missouri. I bought a house in Missouri recently.
But you don't live in Missouri right now.
I travel to and from.
No way.
Yeah. So this is my weekend here. Yeah.
No way. Wow, you are a trooper.
Yeah.
5 kids though.
5 kids.
Man,
5 kids.
That's gonna be the thing. 5 kids.
So I mean, I'm here. It's all
he needed
work.
to move to Missouri. He's got to have
probably
a lot
cheaper.
of land.
Yeah,
it's
probably
cheaper.
I mean, the mortgage out here in Chicago, it's ridiculous.
It's absurd.
Oh, yeah,
it's absurd.
Yeah.
This guy's trying to sell his house. He's been trying to sell it for like the last year and a half.
Pretty penny off it.
Oh yeah,
you finished off
today's market.
You finished?
We're about to.
Oh, good deal.
Good stuff. Yeah.
Good deal.
Missouri, it's you get a lot more money for the land, and I had to get the kids out of Chicago, man. I mean, it's getting too crazy over here.
That is crazy over here. That's the one thing.
They need to run wild. And
don't get me wrong. I think Chicago has its benefits, but it does have it, dude.
Name one.
Okay, first of all, acting wise, you have it's a main town.
I'm not an actor. Name one for the average person.
You have a 24-hour Walgreens every other corner.
Oh,
there's a Walmart within 5 minutes of you anywhere you go.
Yes. Speaking of which, you worked at Walmart, right?
Yeah.
You had the amazing benefit of working at Wally World for a while. I did too.
9 years, yeah.
I did a fucking commercial with them.
You did a commercial for Walmart while you were working at Walmart?
Yes, that was the first time I ever did something acting wise.
Wow. Did you get how did that work for you?
I got paid.
Nice. Residuals?
Hell yeah. That was the best part.
Are you in a training video or what?
No. I was on an actual national commercial for it. When they started, I don't know. Were you still working when they started doing the
I might have saw you
the increase in pay stuff when they started
how long
lifting
ago
up?
was this?
Now, like 7 years ago.
Oh yeah.
So when they started that whole campaign, they were doing auditions at my store at Hermosa, and I think I just started working day shift because I used to work second shift. And I was trying to kill time to go to before I went to lunch, you know, and my manager goes, "Hey, look, they're doing this. Do it." I'm like, "Okay, I'll kill time standing here waiting and go to lunch after."
And at this point, you didn't have any interest.
No, none. I didn't even think I was gonna get it. So whatever, they call me up. They put me in front of a camera. They start asking me some questions, and I guess I answered the questions right. And then they call me and they're like, "Oh, we want you to be a part of the commercial. You're probably gonna be an extra." That's the first thing they told me. I'm like, "Okay, cool, no problem." Then like a week later, they call me. You know what? They want you to audition again. So I went to the North Avenue store to audition again, and the directors were there, and the more of the California people were there because you could see the Asian people in the background, and they were all dressed like California people and all that. So I auditioned again. Whatever. Again, I didn't think I was gonna get anything, right? So another week passes. I get a call. "Oh, they want you to be a principal actor." I'm like, "Cool. How much am I getting paid?" They're like, "Oh, you're gonna get this much." So it was like I think I got paid for both days. I got like 1,000 something for both days. Cool. I'm happy, right? So then my cousin went with me to film, and she was like, "Hey, you should ask him about residuals," right? So I asked somebody. He's like, "Don't worry about that right now. If you get it, you'll get it. But if you don't worry about it. Just let it come if it comes." I think he fucking knew, right? So then I start getting fucking checks in the mail. $1,000, $2,000, $4,000. I was getting checks for like a month straight of 5,000, 7,000. I ended up making like almost 50 grand.
In the span of
2 months? Not even 2 months?
And this is you knowing jack shit from acting.
Yeah.
You were working at the Walmart. Apparently.
And I was basically...
I was working in Forest Park at the time, I'm sure.
And I was basically... I don't want to say I was the main person in the commercial, but I have the most screen time.
Yeah.
So like I'm the Hispanic. Obviously, it had to be diverse, right? So I'm the Hispanic.
Yeah.
I'm the Hispanic. It was me, my mom, and my cousin's daughter was in our section of the commercial. Then they had these two twin morenas. They were in it, and they had an Asian lady and a white assistant manager or whatever. But yeah, that was fun.
What the best part of that story is, he forgot he had to pay taxes.
Oh my God, dude!
You didn't know,
dude. Nobody told me.
You didn't Google it.
Nobody. Yeah, I didn't look into it. So then here's the thing. So then I got this money, and then on the stubs it says that something was being taken out, but it was like a small amount. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Then they took my taxes. And then when tax season comes around, I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna get a shit ton of money back because I made a lot of money. And my cousin was working at H&R Block at the time, and she goes, "I got bad news for you." I'm like, "What?" She goes, "You owe a lot of money." I'm like, "What's a lot of money?" Like $5,000. And I'm like, "Why?" And she goes, "Because when you're this stub that this form, this tax document that they gave you, is for contractors. So that means you have to they give you your full check. You have to put taxes away for that and pay it at the end of the year." And I'm like, "Oh, that sucks."
You got Wesley Snipes way.
Bro, that was
way too early.
Bro, that was bad. But whatever.
Well, I mean, now you know.
Fun.
Now you know.
And it inspired a dream. Look what we have now because of that.
Yes.
Wow.
I'm very proud of what we got, John. You can go to hell.
I did say yes, right?
Uh-huh.
This is a beautiful setup, gentlemen.
I really want to expand it. I wish I could, but we'll see. Soon. John's trying to find a house that has a huge basement where we can upgrade. Where we can upgrade and maybe leave all this stuff standing up every day. So I want to set it up, but we'll see what happens in the future. I am looking forward to being on your guys' podcast.
Where is it?
Arlington Heights, NADB Studios.
Okay.
It's like a couple minutes from O'Hare. It's like O'Hare, like right around O'Hare Airport ish area.
I used to work around there,
if I recall.
I was working as a bouncer for one whole night.
Just one night?
Yeah.
Dude, this man's resume is fucking...
It's long but short at the same time.
Yeah. Why don't you work at a gym?
No.
Say, why don't you?
Why don't you?
Because
that'll be the same job you'll have.
I'd rather not.
You get a free membership.
I like the gym. I don't want to turn it into a job and then be like, I don't want to go.
He'd probably quit that too.
Yeah, probably.
Dude, this man quits. You know what the funny part is? Is that when he gets here today, he starts telling me, dude, there's this job and we should go get it and we should get part-time jobs doing it. I'm like, why? So you can fucking quit? Literally a week after you get the job?
Why can't you hold a job?
I can hold the job.
He's been having his main job for years.
For
But
like
then he'll get like
15
part
years
times
already.
as extra income. But
And
then
Nah.
something happens. Something happens. He either has to
Here's
take a
what
shit and gets
happens.
embarrassed and
Here's what
leaves.
happened. No. Here's what happens. When you don't need the money, you realize any little thing that sets you off about the job is going to make you quit. That's all it is.
Good point.
I
That's a
don't
good
need
point.
the money. So
I could second that.
You know, I don't like this microwave. Fuck this place.
No.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, that's how it is.
the plate doesn't rotate right.
Yeah, it's.
I don't
I agree
care.
with you on that. I
Okay.
agree with you.
Why
That's
don't
why
you
you
just-
haven't quit your job, your main job.
Why don't you just do Uber? Uber.
His
No.
car's too messy. He get 1 star.
Oh yeah, and I wouldn't give a shit.
Like,
No.
where am I supposed to sit back here, bro?
No, I think now you really do
Next
gotta
to
give
my
a
gym
shit.
bag and my golf equipment.
Everything's got to be
Squeeze in.
plexiglass
Everything's got to
in
be.
there.
Yeah, everything's got to be
Yeah.
fucking ridiculous right now.
So I'm not getting shot picking up an Uber client.
I think you can pick where and like what vicinity you want to stay in.
Better be in a.
I mean, I've never driven for Uber, but
ritzy hotel. Ritzy.
I'm
neighborhood.
assuming you
I
can
did
pick an
Uber.
area.
I did Uber.
Can you pick an area?
You could choose what rides you want to take. So, I
There you
mean,
go.
you could say, okay, I don't want to drive that far.
Inglewood, no. Everywhere
Glenview,
else, we're all right.
Glencoe,
We're good.
Northbrook.
Yeah, just don't
Yeah.
don't go to
Northfield.
downtown, man.
Logan Square,
No.
good.
You get lost over there, and then
Oh.
once you go under the
This
where I can
fool,
drive.
Oh,
this,
yeah.
this fool with directions is like
I
fucking.
get lost coming over here. I've been
Dude.
coming over here for the
You know the Logan
year and
Square.
a half.
Side effects of steroids.
You know the Logan Square circle thingy where the monument is and all that.
Yeah, with the eagle.
Can you maneuver yourself around that pretty easily?
Yeah, do you get lost in the turn?
Bro, this dude's lived in Chicago his entire fucking life. I used to live off of that.
Yeah,
And this guy still gets lost in there.
it's your fault for living near that circle of death.
How do you
That fucking death trap.
It blows off
That
your
fucking-
equilibrium.
bro, how do you get lost there, bro?
I don't know. There's too many exits. The circle is going in circles.
Everything looks
the
the same.
fucking the cars throw me off. I
Bro,
don't know.
you're
Everybody's
horrible.
trying to race around you.
You know what's funny? Imagine if you lived somewhere where the streets weren't straight, north, south,
Oh,
east,
Lord.
west, and you rarely find one that runs on an angle.
I'd have to use the sun.
Yeah.
Something.
The streets of Missouri are way off, dude.
Yeah.
Our streets are Y's and Z's and S's.
No, I couldn't function.
You wouldn't.
You're horrible, dude.
No.
wouldn't last.
You would GPS was invented for guys like you,
Yeah.
and
for
even with
sure.
that, you still probably get lost.
Now that you, it's happened.
Turn left, left now, left now.
It looks so weird sometimes. Sometimes there's like 2 exits right next to each other.
I've never
mess.
seen anywhere that has 2 exits right
Sure,
next to each
there
other.
are. For sure.
You've been on a highway. Let's just put this in perspective.
Who has crashed the most out of the both of
Oh my
us?
god, that's your secret
That's
weapon.
all I got. Yeah.
Really?
You're too tall, right? Is that why you're getting a lot of crashes?
No,
No,
he's
no,
thinking like
because he's
can't go
making
to the
a
break.
left-hand turn looking right. That's what he does,
Oh,
and that's why
God.
he gets into a lot of
this
crashes.
guy. This guy just throws everything completely out of proportion.
He told the police officer one time that the combination of our body weight pushed his car forward.
Let me ask you. Hold on. Time out.
No,
Let-
it
shut-
cannot
wait.
happen.
What,
No,
Wait. You think we cannot grab a certain amount of weight, and if a car moves forward and stops, you don't think there is an amount of weight that will make that car move forward?
no.
You really think that there's no amount of
It
weight?
was me when I was thin.
That's not
You
what I.
have always been.
That's
thin, and
not
my
what I
cousin
asked
was
you.
thin
You
at
have
the
never
time.
been thin. Stop it. That's not what I asked you. I asked you, is there an amount of weight that will propel a car forward if it slams
You
its
did not
brake?
have
No,
that
no,
amount
no.
of weight.
I just want to know
Yes.
if it's
Yes.
plausible. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all
Maybe
I'm saying.
if
That's
you're
all I'm saying.
driving a tractor
I'm not-
trailer.
do you have proof that it wasn't the weight?
Yes.
That is, I'm sorry, dude. That
I'm literally just rubbing his. I'm trying to give him some brownie points right now because I know it sounds really stupid.
yeah,
I know it does.
But it came out your mouth to the officer.
Yeah, I think he bought it because we didn't get a ticket or nothing that day.
You what?
I think he bought it.
He
We didn't
looked
get.
at me and he smirked.
What
Like
did we
he was
get?
trying
What
to
did we
hide
get?
his-
This
What
guy
did we get that
serious?
day?
I don't know.
We didn't get anything.
Well, it was just like a fender bender.
I know. So then we were fine. Thank you for the
But
story.
He did not buy that.
I don't
at
care if
all.
you bought it or not. Fuck it. Fuck it worked. We got out of there. I got into an accident recently, and I hadn't gotten into an accident in like 9 years. So I'm pretty proud of myself. And I don't really, I mean, I've slowed down a lot. I used to drive like an idiot. That's
Well,
why
yeah, when you're younger.
I was younger. I mean, I don't drive that bad now.
That's what scares me about having kids.
When they start driving.
Yeah, because they're gonna get into an accident in the first couple 6 months, year.
I found myself, I'm not sure if you guys agree, but I found myself driving slower the older I got. The older I'm getting.
Yeah,
He's
I
gonna
mean-
say, I've always driven fucking slow.
Who? You?
Yeah.
I mean, you
Half
you
the
drive.
time it's
No, he
'cause-
drives slow because he doesn't know when to turn. He doesn't
I don't know where
He's
I'm
always
going.
rerouting.
Yeah, he's like, did I just pass that up? The fuck? What was that? He drives. He's always been kind of a slow driver. Me, I've slowed down. I just okay. So like, I like having fun, right? But I know when to do it now, right? Like I'm not swerving in and out of traffic like I was when I was a kid. Because it's funny because like the kids now want to race with me and it's fucking hilarious. Like it happened recently. I just get out of work and I'm in Elk Grove Village, right? So Elk Grove Village has this big forest preserve and then there's like a good mile before there's any streets or anything. It's just forest preserve. Mind you, I killed a squirrel. Oh, that squirrel committed suicide, bro. He committed. He didn't want to live. That's all I'm gonna say about
Did you
that.
see him through the mirror? Was he doing cartwheels?
I didn't even want to look
Body
back. Dude.
twitching.
I've
The
seen
funny
that.
thing was, here's the thing. So I was the light turned green for us to go, right? So just me and this other car. And we're already going like at 40, 45, 50 miles an hour, right? So on the opposite side, going the other way, there's no cars. So I can see where the squirrel tried to go, right? So he's running and I can see him coming and he gets over the medium and I'm like, maybe he'll stop at the medium. Nope. He just
Kept
goes.
going.
And I'm just like, where am I going? I can't, there's a medium, so I can't dodge him left and I can't dodge him right because there's a car there. I'm like, oh God. And then I just,
Goodbye.
all you hear is the pop, pop. Oh!
It makes you think that animals have personalities, right?
We
'Cause
think they're
there's no
smart.
reason a squirrel should be on the street, right? I mean, there's a forest preserve. Why you got to cross the street? Those are the fucking thrill-seeking fucking.
He was trying to
squirrels
prove a
that-
point. He was like, watch how quick I am.
I live for the thrill, and then next thing you know,
You know what it
it's
was?
getting spit out by a
That
fucking
squirrel saw
tire.
that old commercial, that old insurance commercial where the car said it swerves away
Oh,
and crashes.
yeah.
And next time,
Hey, he gets to do his dance this time. That's too bad.
holy crap, that was bad. I forgot what we were talking about. That was funny.
Film Flip 2. So the
Yes.
acting competition, it was a major hit last year. We ended up releasing it for Halloween. Ended up for 8 days. It ended up going through like 50 countries. We ended up getting over 10,000 views. So we're gonna restart it again this year with the champions of last year. So Doc Hollywood and Ruben Ramirez. They're the team winners from last year. Big ups to Ruben and Doc. So we're gonna go back at it again this year. So we're excited for that.
Cool. That's awesome. All right, I think we're gonna shut it down. We're at an hour and a half right now. John, you got anything else you want to add?
No, I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah.
I feel like you had a lot to say today.
Did I?
Yeah, you're
little
normally a
more
little more
talking.
quiet when we have.
I don't know.
People in the
Sometimes it
business.
feels like a inside the actor's studio with James Lipton in here, and I'm not an actor, so I got nothing to say.
Today was fun because you got to.
Fellow podcaster.
There you go.
So
You're excited about Sunday, right? We're going Sunday.
Sunday.
yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I am, but
Okay.
I
cool.
never show emotion. I don't know what we're gonna talk about because I got nothing to delve into. This guy's like a FBI guy looking
Cool.
into your past and stuff. I've got nothing on
He does,
file.
but that's great because he does research. We
Okay.
do nothing. We need to up our game, bro.
As long as you don't do any police,
Look up his job history if you can.
Oh
somewhere.
yeah, I can tell a lot
You can
about
figure that up.
I
Yeah.
probably have it in
Sure,
my
yeah.
drawer at
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
I'll
I'm
check
serious.
it
Just
out.
A list. How many times did you have to scroll down?
It's like a telephone book.
Fucking shit. Did you have a good time?
I had a great time. Thank you guys for having me on.
You want to
was a
come back
blast.
one day?
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
Anything else you want to shout out your Instagrams, any of that stuff?
Follow me on Facebook, Luis Rivera Jr. On Instagram, that dude Lou. Find Indie Center platform at www.indiecenter.tv. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram, Indie Center Podcast, and YouTube, Indie Center Media, and TikTok, Indie Center Media. For all else, Google.
Cool. All right.
You ready for that?
What if what?
I said he was ready for that.
Oh, he was ready. Yeah, we should be equally ready.
Follow me
like
on stuff and things.
You should have your own TikTok because you fucking live on that.
I got
don't know
material.
how.
It's all in the head. I'm too lazy to put it on paper and
All right.
actually follow through.
All right, we're gonna end with that. I'd like to thank everybody who tuned in today. Remember, everything we said is in our opinion, and if you don't agree with it, I got 3 words for you. Thanks for listening.